friends, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to share with you how I organize my inks, my adhesives, and my tools. And this is an open collaboration and it is hosted by Sherry of Turquoise Dreaming and Susan Hiles Art. So let's start with our ink. I'm going to move this a little bit closer and then I'm going to aim my camera down just a little bit so you can sort of see into my cart. As you can see, I'm using one of those 3-tiered rolly carts. This one's pink. I love it. I got them on sale. I have a couple of these roaming around in my craft room. I love them because they're on wheels. So if I'm going to work on a project and I'm going to use inks, then I can just wheel this over to my workstation and everything's here and organized. I want to point out and give a little shout out to my friend Pam Van E. When I was first getting started with my crafting and junk journal making and all of that good stuff, brand new on YouTube, she gave me this pink and green ink pad. The way that these are Stampin' Up, if you're not familiar, the way that these are is the ink pad is here in the top, so it's laying upside down. And that gave me the idea that it was probably a really good idea to kind of hold all of my ink pads upside down. So that's how I'm storing these guys. This one's about 20 years old. I really need to get rid of it and get a new one, but it was still giving me ink, but the pad itself is really falling apart. I have this one, my pink one, then I have this one. It's a espresso, and so I put all these here next to the Stampin' Up ones. And this is also where I hold my gold, what do we call this? Woo! Gesso, no, we call this gilding polish, and I love it. I'm just starting to use it. Love it. So this is my little stamp from my friend Dale at Not Too Shabby Chic. And then I have this little fun, wonderful little set. It's tiny, but it's got green, light green as you can see, mint, purple, peach, pink, and then I lost the top for the yellow, but the yellow's right there. And then there's black, so I keep that in there upside down. And then these two I don't have upside down, but I probably should. This is my Distress ink. I'm still learning really how to use these in the proper way of what they're made for. So I need to play with those a little bit to really, I think, get the full potential out of them. And then let me put a few things back so I'm not making a mess here. This goes over here, and this one goes over here. So you can see some of my sponges here. I don't have one of those dauber things, so I use makeup sponges a lot. And here's my stamps. So this is my clear pad that actually was in really good shape and like new. And then Amanda was creating some of her things with her acrylics, and it sort of melted it, but this side at least is flat and works still, so that's good. There's my stamps. I got some Christmas stamps here, some miscellaneous stamps. These were given to me from Happy Mail, and I'm sorry I can't remember who did, but I wonder, Pam, I wonder if that was you as well. It might have been. And then I got these, and I was looking for this one because I'm working on the fairy journal. Okay, I need to take that out. I thought I had misplaced it. I'm glad I didn't. So anyway, here's my stamps. These are some inks right here that Amanda was using for calligraphy that I might go ahead and have fun with some mixed media. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. This is color wash tint. This stuff is awesome. I was coloring papers with it, but this stuff is gorgeous. I need to play with that a little. I'm going to put it over here near the gilding paste, or I'll put it right here because it'll fit nice and I won't lose it. I keep this here in case I want to stamp on some fabric. Then it's there and it's ready for me to use it, so that's what this is for. And then I have all my, let me scooch you over here. Right here are my actual stamps. And a lot of these were given to me by you guys. I keep them in their original packaging. If the original packaging wears out, then I'll put them in something else, but so far so good. This was given to me by my friend Carol at Carol's Crafty Boutique. This was given to me by my Aunt Donna, and so was this. Wait, no. This one was given to me by my Aunt Donna. This one I think was Happy Mail. And then this was given to me, I think that was from Carol at Carol's Crafty Boutique. I remember now. So when I do my Asian inspired journal, I will use that. So anyway, there's my actual stamps. going to tidy my cart back up real quick, and then I'll show you the next thing. Alright, so that's back in order. Then I figure I'll show you these. Whoops. Show you these stamps down here. These I've had forever and a day since my kids were little. But you know, you never know if you're going to use them, especially when I get into some mixed media and start doing a lot of layering and stuff. And then over here are some paints. I don't love these paints. I got them to experiment with. Really not loving them so far, but I have them. I have them to play. And since I'm sharing what's in this cart with you guys, I'll show you that on the top shelf. Let me see if I can zoom out. Hold on a sec. No, I'm as zoomed out as I can. Let me back up just a hair. On the top shelf I've got paints, because this isn't necessarily for junk journaling, but we are artists here in this house, and so we always have to have paints. Got our little palette here on the side. I got my gesso here. I used it the other day and I really liked it, so I'm probably going to try to keep practicing with that. This is the clear gesso, and then this is the white. I used the white the other day and I actually loved it. Some more paint. I got my paint brushes right here. I got watercolors. Those are cheap watercolors. And then I have like a house paint. I got the sample sizes for some projects I was working on. So friends, that is what, let me scoochie this back. That is what is in one of my 3-tiered roller carts. So I'm going to roll this out of the way, and now I'm going to show you where I keep some of my other stuff. So these are the 2 drawers that are on either side of me and Amanda's workspaces. All right, I'm going to open this drawer and I'm going to share with you some of the tools and things that I have in here. So today we are covering ink, adhesives, and tools. Let me switch my camera here just a little bit so you can see what we have going on. Love these drawers. They're super deep, nice and long. As you can see, I've got my scissors here. I have my pokey tool. It's gorgeous. I love it. It was given to me by my friend Pam at Pamela's Creations. Absolutely love it. As you can see, a variety of scissors. Some of these are old and dull, so I'll use them on things that doesn't matter and I don't want to sort of unsharpen my sharp scissors. I've got my little razor thing here, and my decorative scissors. I have a couple pairs of those in here. I've got my fun, fancy flamingo pens that were given to me in Happy Mail, and I love them so much. So here you can see are my paint brushes, and then in this bucket I have more paint brushes. You can see that Amanda and I enjoy paint. This is coffee. It's for when I coffee dye. So here we've got our varnish, and we've got our Fabrifusion. Don't buy it. It takes too long for things to dry. It does not grab quick enough. I will never buy it again. I've got my decoupage here. I have my 3-in-1s, and I will use 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac. It works great. And then this is great for gems. This is Gem Tack. I do love it. Have not had any problems with it so far. And then here is my Tacky Glue. You can see these are my permanent markers. These are smaller permanent markers. These are markers I had from my scrapbooking days. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you this little cup here. I keep just my tape. I got regular, I got my double stick, and then I got my glue sticks in here. Oh, and apparently I have some Sew No More. I hardly ever use that. That should be with my sewing stuff. I'm going to move that to my sewing stuff, you guys. So that's what I keep there. Now, in the drawer underneath of it, all right, well, as you can see this beautiful tassel hanging here, this was given to me by my friend Crystal at Vividly on Paper. So in this drawer, this is basically, I got a big jug of Mod Podge back there, and I refill my small one. This is my hot glue and my glue sticks. I got a ton of them. And then I've got all of my, make sure you can see, yeah, got all my duct tapes. I have a variety of colors because I like to match them to my project. Then under here I have more regular tape. I like to keep a good stock of it because I never like to run out of tape. Then down here I've got things like adhesive dots, more double stick tape. Oops, hold on. Okay, so down here I've got my double stick tape. I have this, which is like the puffy tape we use for shakers, or just to, pop something up. I have some sleeves of this stuff. Then I have the double stick, but in the circles. So those come in handy. So that's what I have in this drawer. Oh, and you can see I have extra of my glue. I usually will buy 3 at a time. May not do that next time. I have plenty, but I bought a 3-pack on Amazon. I got a good price, so that's why I did that. So this is a little bit of overflow for the tape and this, but the other stuff is, you know, just is what it is. So that's my adhesive drawer. This is my Elmer's. I don't really ever use Elmer's in my crafting, but we had it from when my kids were in school, so I kept it just in case it would come in handy for something. Friends, tools are also on today's list. So I wanted to point out, these aren't really tools, but they're embellishments. But this I do consider a tool. And this is my jar of clothespins that I use to hold things down while they dry. That's really what I use them for. So I've got those. The rest of that is like flowers and flat back gems and a few charms on the end. But you'll see down there at the end of the counter, I zoomed in for you a little bit, but that's my large scale that I use for shipping my Etsy packages. And then right next to it is a tiny one more for letter size, but that I'm suspecting might be over an ounce. Then right here next to that, that's my little holder for my threads that I have, and some of those threads actually are vintage, so I don't use all of those, but I think it's cute and I like having it out. Next to that is my sewing machine, and as you can see I have Pearl and Crystal the flamingo hanging out on top of my sewing machine because I think they look pretty stinking cute right there. Now we are looking in my cabinets, and I want to show you that here I've got my awl and my wax threads in this container, and then I've got this tool here. This is my crocodile, and my eyelets are in there. And then I have this tool right here, and this makes like tags, right? So it's like a square punch, and it makes some different sizes and whatnot. And I'm sorry there's a little movement because I do have my camera on a tripod, but I have it standing on one leg just so that I could reach that cabinet for you guys. So let's move over here. So I know this looks like jars of goodness, and of course it is. I want to show you some of the tools that I actually do have in here. So in the back there is that blue cute little case. Well, that's my sewing case, and it's got, you know, like sewing tool sort of stuff in it. This is some clothespins that I have, and I forgot I had those. Oh, there's only one nice big one in there, good for those fun embellishments I made the other day. I'll have to get some more big ones. This is just here because I'm going to use it. I got it out of the trash. It ended up in the trash, but it's like old, so I took it out of the trash so that I could use it. I guess we would consider this a tool, or it's not a tool, but it's a supply, and that's my sewing threads that I got from my machine. I have a sort of specific sort of machine that needs a specific sort of thread and bobbin. It's German, and I can't think of the name of it right now. There I have my die for when I coffee dye with color. That could be considered a tool. So a little further down on my countertop is my Cricut. All right, so moving down that little ball, I think it's called a snowball. And no, it's a blue. Anyway, I don't know. That's a microphone. I don't use it, but Carl does use it. I edit my videos on my MacBook Pro, but this is our desktop, and so for Carl's videos, we usually end up editing those out here. So I think that's a, I don't know, it's pretty big. It's bigger than 21 inches, but maybe that's a 21 inch. I got a pile of stuff. That's my mail, the entries to my 2K giveaway. They're piled up on the printer right now. But anyway, that's my printer. It's Canon, relatively new. I love it, just so that you guys know. Since I mentioned it, I figured I would show you my laptop. So I don't keep it in here, but I went and ran and grabbed it so I could show it to you guys. So this is what I edit all of my videos on, is this laptop. And you know, I know some of you just go straight from your phone straight in, but if you were curious, this laptop I bought specifically so that I could make videos on it. So it's got a really good processor in it, and it actually works more effectively than my desktop, believe it or not, but that's because I you know, when I was ordering it, I told them specifically that I needed to be able to make videos and add music and do all the things that I do when I edit my videos. So that's what that is. I do have some more tools that I'll show you guys. So you guys remember my bead bin. It's so big and lovely and holds all of my beads and charms. So over here, when you lift up this end, hang on, you're gonna go take a flight here for just a second. So if you look down in there, I've got some tools, not a lot, but I've got my needle nose pliers, and actually several pairs of those. There's some other sort of plier in there as well. I'm not sure what that's called. And then do I have tools in here? No, not tools. Okay, so never mind. Forget that you saw that. I almost forgot this drawer. So this drawer is literally right in front of my Cricut. So I'm holding a light in there so you can see it nice and bright. But what we've got, you know, a stapler, and we've got my punches, right? So this is my corner punch. I use that all the time. Got my little banner punch. Got my flower punch. Got my big giant round one. This is my sort of lacy on the edge punch. This is a circle maker. I hardly ever use this, but I got this when I was doing scrapbooking. But I could use it if I wanted to, and it, you know, probably a lot of you have one of these, and you can make tiny circles to large circles. My paper cutter, I've got two paper cutters. As you can see, I've got some new, and you know, I forgot I bought these. I need to replace my blades. I was wondering why I was having a hard time, and I forgot I had bought them in preparation to replace them. And just some other little things in this drawer, but this is a nice big drawer to hold some things. So you guys know that I've got this cabinet underneath my countertop, and I wanted a corner cabinet originally, but with COVID and all that, the supply chain was really messed up, and I couldn't get the corner cabinets in a timely fashion, so I ended up getting regular cabinets. So there's this drawer, and yeah, it's a little odd, but I went and bought a gigantic Lazy Susan so that I can put some things in here. And obviously, I'm hardly even using, all I have in here is like a wood burner, which is actually it's really for melting acetate together, but you can use it for burning wood. But I may end up putting more tools in there if I end up getting more tools. So I didn't want to forget to show you that. Well, my friends, this is a view of my backyard. I sit right here at my desk. That's my view. It's quite lovely. I have a little crepe myrtle back there. I got some banana trees back there. And so, you know, I get to sit, create, and just look outside, and a lot of times there's birds out there, and it's a lot of fun. Well, thanks for joining me for a look at my, what did we talk about today? For a look at my inks, adhesives, and tools. Thanks for watching. See you soon.